What is going on, world? Welcome back once again. My name is ZacNovak and this is ZacNovak Plays Games, or slightly late Novak. The last week has been kind of like just mess around Novak, I guess. Been playing Destiny 2 a lot. I've been playing Iron Banner, seriously friggin' enjoying it and helping good old my best friend, my mate, my buddy, my pal, BKD Potato, also known as Sergeant Spud. He himself has been leveling up both Warlock, Hunter, and Titan, I think, which is pretty cool, and I'm helping him. So anyway, that's why videos have been a little bit sporadic. Things are getting a little bit changed, things are changing in the future. Some things are getting better, some things are just getting more things. But anyway, this day's video is actually XURS location and inventory. It's all intros, let's get into it, and I do hope you certainly enjoy. Alrighty, Zor is on the EDEs this week, chilling at the Winding Cove up near the good old crashed ship. Let us go see if the good old tentacled bastard actually had anything good this week. Fingers crossed he actually does. Hopefully he does.
These are from the 9.
Well, hopefully the 9 actually has some good gifts. Okay, this week in itself actually is pretty decent. Let's start things off with the good old Eternal Warrior for the Titan. 23 legendary shards for this very cool looking exotic from D1 that's brought to D2. This in itself honestly just looks really scary. I will actually just state that it's pretty scary. With the Jade, it actually looks pretty freaking cool. I will actually state that aesthetic wise. This is probably the coolest looking helmet I've actually seen. Just hands down, that's pretty much it. This thing in itself honestly is pretty beastly. Once again, its main perk is called Resolute. Gain an overshield when activating Fists of Havoc. This thing in itself isn't crazy good, but actually is still really decent in a lot of situations. I like this thing aesthetic wise, and it actually can come in handy in some actual strikes. Also sometimes in PvP, because sometimes people don't expect you to wear this. Well, you know, activating Fist of Panic and actually getting saved when someone throws a nerve bomb at you and somehow you're still alive, and this thing in itself is actually beastly. Anyway, that 23 legendary shards. Moving on, next up, we've got ourselves the good old Frost EE5, also known as the Frost E's D1 to D2 exotic. 23 legendary shards for this pretty cool set of boots. Main perk on it is actually called Rapid Cooldown. Increase grenade, melee, and dodge regeneration while sprinting. Dodging increases your sprint speed as well. That in itself is honestly pretty freaking cool. This thing actually looks really freaking beastly. I actually like these things. For the Hunter, I will actually state this thing in itself is actually pretty freaking beastly in absolutely everything. If you want to get your abilities back while running, this is like one of the coolest things you can actually have as a Hunter. It's pretty much second behind the actual good old tethered tire. But anyway, this thing in itself, once again, is 23 legendary shards for the Frosties, rapid cooldown, all that good stuff. For the Hunter or Huntress, pick it up if you have not got it. Moving on though, next up, we've got ourselves the Transversive Steps for the Warlock. 23 legendary shards for this. I think this is a D1 as well, exotic, brought up to D2. Pretty sure, almost certain. Main perk on it is called Strange Protector. Sprint speed is increased. After a short time sprinting, your currently equipped weapon is automatically reloaded. This thing in itself honestly is pretty freaking beastly. It looks pretty freaking cool with both actual stand ornament and the actual astride to the edge ornament. This in itself honestly is pretty decent, pretty nice. Once again, 23 legendary shards for your Warlock. Pick it up because this thing is beastly everywhere, literally everywhere. If you want to reload your heavy, just run. If you want to reload your special, just run. If you want to reload your primary, again, just run. This thing is pretty freaking cool. I like it. 23 no shards. Picked up if you've not got it. Once again though, moving on though, next up we've got ourselves the weapon of the week, the good old Risk Runner. This one itself is also D1 to D2 and actually available to actually get in the campaign. This thing in itself honestly is pretty freaking decent. Honestly, it is freaking amazing. 29 legendary shards for this submachine gun. Honestly, I will state is probably my most favorite submachine gun in the game simply because it is amazing. Main perk on it is actually called Arc Conductor. When taking arc damage, this weapon becomes more powerful and resists incoming arc damage. Kills extend the time in this overcharged rate. So in other words, you get pretty much overshields and then you get more kills and get more overshields. That with its hand-in-hand trait also being called a superconductor. When Arc Conductor is active, shots fired have the chance to become chain lightning and return ammo. In other words, this thing itself can allow you to get pretty much unlimited ammo and pretty much allow you to kind of turn everyone into mini electrical storms and pretty much take less damage from everything. This thing is pretty cool. It's pretty beastly. It also looks really freaking decent with both actual ornaments. I like this just because it kind of reminds me of a Nerf gun. I like Nerf guns and that always seems kind of cool for my Warlock. But anyway, once again though, this thing is pretty freaking beastly. 29 legendary shards. Risk runner is amazing in both PvE and PvP, especially when someone is dealing arc, because you know then you're even more powerful. Pick it up if you've not got it. Moving on though, next up, we've got up the consumables. The 5 of Swords challenge card that allows you to tailor-made your nightfalls. Do you want to make your nightfalls slightly easier? Do you want to make them slightly harder? You can actually do that. Do you want to go through and actually run a little bit more void? Do you want to actually get more arc damage to certain enemies? Do you want to actually take more solar damage? Do you want to run a little bit faster and get your health back? Do you want to actually go around and not actually get your health back unless you kill an enemy to pick up a pool of light that actually allows you to then get your health? Well, you can actually do that with this thing in itself. It is honestly pretty freaking cool, pretty freaking amazing, and honestly I will have to say the challenge card is freaking cool. Once again, allows you to tailor-made nightfalls to make nightfalls more challenging by adding challenging challenges to the already challenging nightfalls. That makes it more challenging by challenging challenges. How many times can I say challenges? I don't know, but yeah, overconfidence maybe? Potentially. Moving on though, next up we've got ourselves the isochronal engram, aka the fated engram. Also, this thing in itself is 97 legendary shards. It's only going to decrypt into an exotic that you don't actually own, unless you own all exotics, and this in itself will actually decrypt into something you already do own. If you do actually own everything from the collection, then that in itself might actually be one of the things you get back from this exotic. 97 legendary shards can get you a duplicate, but that duplicate in itself can actually have better rolls than some of the gear that you actually already have. Let us see what I actually get myself from this fated engram. Oh shit, I got a Cerberus 1, that freaking sucks. Oh well, I mean, Cerberus 1 isn't horrible, it's at 949, which isn't horrible because most of my stuff is at 950 anyway, so yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty decent, I guess. I mean, I've already got one, but hey, this one's higher light level, so that's something. Anyway, this has been Zor's location and inventory of the weekend. This has been ZacNovak. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, click that like button down below. Let me know in the comment section, did you get a fated engram? Was it something good? Did you actually pick up some of the gear from Zor? Also, just to let you guys know that all the gear in itself, again, doesn't really have that great of random rolls, simply because they're all kind of totaled at 48, which kind of does suck, but yeah, it's one of those things where I guess random rolls should be kind of put back in for Zor's exotics, I think. But anyway, this has been Zor's location and inventory for the weekend. This has been ZacNovak. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, click that like button down below, do all the good stuff, and I'll be cheering like Karen ever he was and Sharon. But until next time though, wait for this Nova Bomb to actually keep traveling, because I want to see if it'll actually go and get this big guy over here. Let us just have a look. Will it actually even make it that distance? Is it going to hit a tree? Is it going to make it past it? It hit someone. Well, it did. It hit the big guy. That's cool. That's exactly what I wanted. Anyway, once again, ZacNovak, do all the good stuff. If you are sharing like once again, this has been ZacNovak, do all the good stuff, and I'll be sharing like Karen ever he was a Sharon. Share this video, I'm considering it helps our channel, helps out you guys, and helps out other people to actually see my content. Also, people need to know where Zor is, so yeah, sharing this video around kind of helps them out too. So do that too. Anyway, once again, that has been ZacNovak. Once again, until next time, this is ZacNovak signing off. Peace out.